One. Hey, Desiree, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking, Deborah. How are you doing over there?
I'm doing great. I love technology. Don't you love technology? Chat,
Well,
get online with all of our friends. So we're going live on our Women's Real Estate Network, our WREN Facebook page, and I'm here with Desiree Dubois, the beautiful Desiree Dubois, who
thank you.
who has been an entrepreneur for a long time. Why don't you tell some people about your background, Desiree? I've gotten to know you more and more over the years, and every time I meet you, I learn a little more about like a different experience that you had and a different type of entrepreneurship that you've been in. So let everybody know what you've been up to.
Well, what I've been up to is I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 12. So it's basically all my life. I've never had a job. And every time I hear someone talk about corporate jobs and things of types like, wow, I wonder what that would have been like. I would have wondered, I would have liked that experience just for if nothing else to have the experience. But every time I finish one project, I'm anxious to start the other. And currently, I'm doing homework. And homework is where you live where you work where you live, anywhere in the world. And that came out of previously, for the last 12 years, I've been working with a community called An Empowered Woman. And An Empowered Woman was evolved by my desire. I was in real estate since '89 as an investor, a broker, and primarily just an investor. And I wanted more women to invest in real estate. And they had the money, they had the credit, they had the wherewithal, they just didn't have the exposure. And I think they didn't have the community, not like they do today, thanks to you and other women have created these women real estate communities. Didn't have that. And so we started meeting. And as we started meeting, I realized it was not just the community, but they needed resources to businesses to build their businesses. So for 12 years, we had events and seminars and luncheons and everything that's possible, masterminds for women to start, fix, and build their business. And after the market changed in 2008, 2012, things started happening. I thought, well, I love to get back into real estate. And last year, but I didn't know how. I didn't want to do it sales like I did before. I wanted to do something different. And I had known about a lot of areas. I had did, fix and flips, but I also did triple nets. I did REITs. I did condo conversions. I've done fourplexes, things of that type, different types. But I knew there was still an array that I had never experienced. So I did go to the event, the Ignite event last year. And it was really fun. Yeah, it was because I was just tipping on the toes, like how was I going to get back into real estate, and how was I going to be able to combine my love for the women's organization that I had built over this time and real estate. And then it's titled perfectly, Ignite, because what it did is ignited my desire, my interest, my enthusiasm for getting back to real estate. Because I saw all these women, all these beautiful, smart, amazing women that were in this field. So I was really able to say, I can do both. And that's when I decided, that's when I confirmed,
Yeah,
creating.
let's talk about that for a second, because you had started Empowered Women when there weren't a lot of women's groups.
Yeah, 2007, 2008, yeah.
Yeah, and women entrepreneurs, women have always been entrepreneurs. I think that we're creative that way, we're collaborative that way. I once heard Kim Kiyosaki say, though, that a lot of women don't make the kind of money that you should make as an entrepreneur, and you shouldn't be a hobbyist as an entrepreneur. You should be making money as an entrepreneur, right? And
Yes.
And I think that's true. And yet I think that's one of the things that's happening, that's changing now with women. We are going out, we're commanding that kind of the kind of income that we want. And, I think that we also have a tendency to take that income and give back. We like to make things better. And whether it's for our families or for, our environment or for charities that we love to give back. So I think that's really cool. And it has been really neat that there has been such a uprising of women's groups coming together. And obviously the Women's Real Estate Network is one of them. Sharon Sandberg, does the lead-in groups, and there's all these kinds of different organizations that are coming together now to help us empower each other. We need support. that's how we're kind of made. Like we love, I love an atta girl. Don't you love an atta girl? Like atta girl.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's the community. It's just, like you said, it's a supporting community and of like-minded. You can move faster, you can move better. I mean, but together we're better. And the access to the resources. It's just it could be a very long, lonely struggle if you're trying to resource and learn everything alone. But if you have other people that have been there and done that, that's willing to share and bring you up, then that expedites the whole process. And yes, we do deserve, and we are earning and receiving, as much as, if not even more. So that's the good news.
Yeah, that's the great news. And, and that's what WREN's all about. And I love that when we met at one of your Empowered Women's events. And I don't know if you remember this. This was years ago. And a friend of mine had invited me to one of your events. And I attended an event in Westwood. And it was really amazing, and it's been such a journey, for us coming in contact with each other, with mutual friends and things like that. And then, you deciding at Ignite, it igniting you into getting back into real estate. What specifically happened there for you? Like how was that?
I think the most important thing that anyone that attends is going to realize, and this is just more, again, emotional, that yes, I can. It's that yes, I can. Because when you see other women like you, that are just as equally as educated, as same age, same access to resources, doing things that are amazing and living the lives they want to live. Whether it's the freedom and flexibility, whether it's the monetary, whether it's the building up the legacy, whatever their goals are. When you see them actually doing it, then it's like, yes, I can do that too. And and that's what I think the biggest thing that we need in any profession, but especially real estate, because again, it's not a kind of business where you're a multi-level marketing where you've got teams and you got leaders that are constantly rah-rah-rahing you on, or if you're working in an office space, you've got a manager or someone in hierarchy that are giving you meetings and rah-rah-rahing you on. Many times if you're out there doing real estate, it's a solo act. Many times you're the one that's doing all the rah-rah-rahing. And so to be able to say that now I have a community, now I have a sisterhood that will not only provide me access, but provide me resources that will, that will mentor me, that will work with me or go along with me to be able to accomplish my goals, then that was the biggest thing. Then after that, the education, the information that was shared, there's still, no matter what you're doing, where you are in your craft, there's always more to learn, especially now as technology and everything comes into play. There's a lot to learn. So I learned a lot of things that maybe I hadn't thought of before, maybe I'd forgotten about, or maybe I never knew at all. So I learned there's so many different ways of participating in real estate from people that are actually doing it. So it wasn't just theory, it was actual action. And then I think the third thing was that I actually made connections. I made connections with people that a couple of them became investors in homework. I mean, literally they became investors. They invested cash money that, we've never met them otherwise. We've never connected to them otherwise. And I was just starting that part of, raising capital for my company. Some of them actually became friends. They gave me resources. And they were ones my go girl, whatever it's I called when I'm having a problem, because they can refer me to an attorney or refer me to something else that's relevant. So those are the tangibles, those are the takeaways. But more importantly was the fact that yes, I can. Yes, I can do this because they can do it and I know I can do it too.
And
that's priceless. That's something that you can't, coin.
Right. And, it's so funny because I've been doing real estate for a long time, and because I founded WREN and, I have a heart for this organization, I think sometimes because I'm at the front of the room, people look at me and go, well, are you still learning? I'm like, oh my gosh, you have no idea how I'm still learning from all those women that are walking through the doors, women are opening up my mind to what I can do as well. And it's incredible how we can all do that for each other and cheer each other on. And you're one of those women too. You ventured out in this new business venture, a new business world, and you're raising capital for it. And isn't that remarkable that you can, have resources within this community? I know that I have resources within this community. Like I love having financial friends, right? Why shouldn't we all make money together? Right?
Why not? Why not? And the thing is that it just reconnects you, because it was as a result of that we reconnected. And when I moved to San Diego, we had this beautiful space, and I said, well, let me contact Deborah and other groups like that would possibly be able to use this space. And you flipped the coin.
I did.
You sure did.
I was like, well, why just use the space? Why not become a REN chapter leader? You have all the skills.
Now, had I been better prepared, I would have thought of a good reason why I couldn't have done it. I was like, okay, why not? Why not? Because if I felt, no, and really, because I felt such value in the room, then why not, be in front of the room? Why not lead something like that? Because I'm comfortable with doing organizations and groups and events. That's comfort, even though it was just another thing, another straw in my hat. But
I know.
it was just, yes, it's a great idea, and it has been great. We still moving along. It hasn't even been a year yet. We're probably about 6 months, I guess, in or something. So we're still growing, but every time, again, we have a meeting. Every time we leave that meeting, I make new friends. I go to a meeting tonight as a result of someone that came last time. So in itself is opening me up to another organization. I've gotten potential leads for homework and things of that type. So it's just all, the networking is one of the easiest, oldest, and most valuable way of doing business. And I think it's been around forever because we've been doing it forever amongst moms and mommy groups. But then now it's different. Now it's regarding business. And men's been doing it forever in regards to their golf trips and their things of that type. So it's not a new concept. Just people forget the value of it and forget how easy it is and how, like, bam, one person you can talk to that can say yes and make a difference in your life, not only professionally, but personally as well. And so I enjoy it.
That's the cool thing about REN, and that's the cool thing about what you're doing down in San Diego. So for those of you that didn't catch this, Desiree has a place in San Diego, and she was calling me to offer it up for a REN event, and I roped her into becoming the REN chapter leader in San Diego, and I'm so glad I did. It was less than 6 months ago, and our San Diego chapter is growing. And, there's a network of women that are coming out that want to learn. I know last month you had Holly talking about flipping. You had a panel of flipping women there, women who flipped.
Yeah.
And there was a nice turnout. And like you said, you get referral. You get from that a new friend and some new networking, and then their network, right, becomes accessible. And that's what's really valuable. I had a small issue this morning on one of my projects, and I reached out to somebody and I said, hey, do you know how to fix this? And they were like, no, but you know what? I heard so-and-so does, and gave me a number, right?
Exactly.
That's super valuable, right?
Oh my gosh.
And you know what else is valuable?
That's priceless.
Just calling your girlfriend sometimes and going, I'm having a hard day. And then going, okay, it's all right. We all have them, and it'll be better tomorrow. Have a glass of wine, kick off your shoes. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, because there's a lot of moving parts to it. Real estate is a big play. It's a big play. It's not it's not for the faint of heart, I always say, because of the fact that you play with real money, and you're paying many times many dollars. Even if you're getting that outside of California, it's still a lot of money. It's real cash money, and it's real. It's sometimes very unpredictable. You just can't control every single solitary part of it, no matter how hard we try. And there's a big liability there. Anything that we do in that respect, it's big. So you do need that. You need some life reserves. You do need life reserves.
You do. I'm thankful, and thank you for mentioning what you got out of Ignite Your Fire Within the last time we had it. Our upcoming event is in March 23rd. For everybody that's out there and hasn't bought your ticket yet, you need to buy your ticket. I see that in our comments is the website, igniteyourfirewithin.com. Desiree, you're going to be on one of our panels. We're going to have this year 3 different panels. And one of our panels is going to be all about chunk money, like, flipping and wholesaling and that kind of thing. And then another one of our panels is going to be about cash flow. And Desiree, you're on that panel. We're going to talk about people who go into single family or multifamily. And you're in a unique niche in the sense that you have a business and a property that are running simultaneously, like another person on our panel for storage units. It's a business and a property that runs simultaneously. So we wanted to make sure that the women that come to our event get a broad exposure to all kinds of different things. And you're going to be speaking on that panel. And then our third panel is going to be about teams, like how do you make it all work? You know, attorneys, bookkeepers, people that help you invest your money, you know, help invest with IRAs. I think Karen Hall is going to be our Facebook Live tomorrow, and she's going to talk about self-directing IRAs. You know, so, and I know Karen has been a friend of yours and a resource of yours as well.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
And how we've all worked together that way. So our event is happening on March 23rd, and we're really looking forward to what you're going to bring to the table for that. And you know, what else do we want to talk about with WREN?
I just think the fact that at the event, you know, also, you know, the information is there, but I love that feminine touch. All right, it was at the beautiful Sportsman Lodge, which is a great location. It was the little waterfalls and the water elements that were there. When we registered, it was nice. You had an area where, I'm assuming you're doing it at the same place, yes? Yeah. Okay. You had a great area where you had the stage and ladies were speaking, but you also segued right into a beautiful lunch, you know, and the different speakers were at the different tables at lunchtime. So you had it all planned that way. If you wanted to talk to someone or speak to someone, you sat at their table. Remember? And then you also had a couple other exercises, and you had the bending, the marketing table. So let's tell them all the details.
Okay, so tell all the details because we are adding a couple things this year, and we're going to start with an optional. If people want to get there early, we're going to have a little 15-minute meditation to set us up for the day.
Okay.
You don't find that at other men's real estate events, but you know, why not? Right? Why not like get in the mode to receive the information that we're about to receive and to, you know, relax and to have a good time now that we're there. And then we'll start out with the presentations. We're going to have all kinds of raffle baskets because, you know, we like to get as many perks as we can get going for our ladies because Lord knows I love some prizes. And you know, I am going to tell the people as they come into the event to make sure that they keep their eyes open for who on the panel that they'd like to sit with at lunch, because that is one of the things that we really capitalize on. We put a different speaker at every table. And so if there's a particular speaker that you identify with or that you want to learn more from, you know, get to their table. And it's funny because somebody asked me the other day, well, was there one speaker in particular, you know, that, you know, people wanted? And it was like, no, actually, everybody went to everybody's tables and it all.
I know. It was like we wanted to get a little bit of all of them. So absolutely.
It was really great that way. And so we're going to be doing that again. And that's one of the things that I really like about our event is that you get direct access. I'm not bringing people on the stage to sell from you from the stage, you know, and then tell you to run to the back of the room for some $30,000 package, right? This is direct access to women who are doing this business. This is networking with other women that are in this business. It was funny. It came up the other day about the type of women that are involved in WREN and the type of women that come out to our events. And the fact of the matter is, I'm so happy that it is some newbies, but honestly, it's a lot of women that are already in real estate that want to take their game to another level. You know, they've got a little bit of a portfolio going, or they've flipped one or two houses, and they're like, wait a second, I see the potential here. What can I do next? What do I do to take it to the next level? And this is what you're going to meet. You're going to meet women that are taking it to the next level. You're going to meet women that are, you know, Iris flipping 200 homes. You know, you're going to meet women who own, you know, Gina Lofton owns over 4,000 doors. How do you do that? You know, like, totally. Come out and ask her, because gosh, she's really approachable. You know? I mean, like we all are, you know, we're girlfriends. You know, like we want to help each other grow. And then, you know, we'll be ending at 4:00, but it's not a complete ending because we're going to have a no-host cocktail party from 4 to 6. So,
are you still going to have the marketplace? Are you going to have a marketplace like you did before?
Coming, and we have a marketplace. In fact, we've tried to make it really enticing to go around to all the sponsors by offering a ticket to a Tony Robbins event if you are enrolled in the drawing, where you get all the sponsors to sign off on your tag. Yeah, so
count me in.
There's going to be some really good prizes. We have had an outpouring of people that are willing to give to our community. And so there's going to be like these big baskets, like a fitness basket that's worth, I think they told me like $900. There's going to be all kinds of different, a beauty basket. And here's the other part of giving, right? When women get things, we want to give back. And so right now we're actually vetting nonprofits that we're going to give proceeds to the raffle to, and that we can partner alongside with, so that we can also give back as well, right?
Fantastic. I'd like to gift a 2-day getaway at the Homework if you like.
Oh my gosh, would you?
That's about a $700 value. 2 days.
Yes. Oh,
they can either utilize it themselves, or they can give it to somebody else. 2 days getaway.
Want that actually. Can I have a direct
buy your raffle ticket. And then another thing that you're adding this year, which I think is absolutely fantastic, you're adding the second day where the ladies can go deep. See, again, sometimes you get all this information and you want to know more. So tell us about the second day. You have the bonus day.
I don't know who's interviewing who now, Desiree, but
no, I don't want you to forget that. That's huge. That was a great offer.
So thank you. The second day is for WREN members only. So I just need to clarify that for anybody listening out there. We want to add extra benefit to our members. Our members were coming to us and saying, we want more meat. And so the second day is we've gathered 3 women together. We've gathered Christina Suter, who runs the Phoebe in Pasadena, Iris Veneration, and Kathy Fetke. And Christina is a portfolio consultant. And what she's going to do is she's going to take, there's only 30 seats available, by the way. And actually, I think there's only 15 left. She's going to take people through an exercise to help you not only figure out what your goals are financially through real estate, but what the best assets are that can get you there. You're going to walk out with your own personal blueprint of what you need to do to accomplish your desired outcome, right? My outcome is different than your outcome, Desiree, and your outcome is different than somebody, for me, somebody in their 20s. Right? So everybody's got a different outcome and a different way of getting there. And wouldn't it be great to have your own blueprint to figure out how to follow that? And then, so you'll find that portion with Christina, and then the next 2 portions with Iris and Kathy are all about the practicalities of making that happen. So Iris is going to walk us through running numbers. How do you really calculate ARV so you know how to get a good deal and what offer to make, both for wholesaling and for flipping, but for any kind of acquisition, I have to do it for wholesaling, or for flipping, as well as for my buy and holds. I need to know what kind of number I need to land on. And wouldn't it be great to learn the practicalities of that? So she's bringing her spreadsheets. We're going to get out, spreadsheets and run numbers. And Kathy's going to show us how to run numbers on the buy and hold side, as well as talk about how to do the financing, right? There's all kinds of financing involved with buy and holds, how to best leverage yourself, especially right now when money is still pretty cheap, knock on wood. And so that's going to be available to our WREN members. And if anybody's interested, direct message me, because we've got specials going on for memberships as well as for the 2-day, if you're interested. So just direct message me and I'll get you more information. It's going to be a great weekend, and it's going to be a lot of wonderful women. And I actually got to talk to some of our Seattle chapter. There's women coming in from Seattle and Phoenix, from all over the place, and it'll be a great event.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I don't think anybody else should wait either. Just get your ticket. It's not that, the price of the ticket is so reasonable, affordable. All you need is one deal, one nugget, one contact. So it's like, don't even think about it. Your ROI is going to be 10 times. So just do it.
And the price of the one day on the Saturday ticket is only $149. And I've been telling women, that's like the price of a pair of shoes. Go. This is
Yeah, or nice lunch. A nice lunch with your girlfriend nowadays could be a dinner with your girlfriend. So that now you have a chance to access many of women. How many people did you have last year? How many people are you expecting this year? Do you have a feel?
We had about 150, and we're shooting for probably a little more than that this year. We're going to try to pack the place a little tighter, and so it'll be good.
So that's plenty. There's plenty of people. Plenty of opportunities, for people to be able to grow. Again,
Well,
either professionally or
wonderful. You know
personally.
what? When do you have your upcoming San Diego WREN event so people can come out that
The
are
27th. It's the 27th. It's the fourth Wednesday of every month. So it'll be the
great?
27th of this month. Go to our meetup. I'm going to set that up today.
Yay. And I will write in the comments the meetup link so that people can follow up with you, follow up with Ignite. And guys, I'd love to see you there.
That's it. That's right. So I'll see you on the 23rd.
Thanks a lot, Desiree.
All right. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much.